So you're thinking about moving to Seattle, Washington, and you're trying to figure out which neighborhood is the best fit for you. Maybe you're looking for something that's very walkable and you don't need a car to get around. Or maybe you're looking for something that's a little more quiet and away from the hustle and bustle of the city life. Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover in this video. We're going to take an in-depth look at the top 5 neighborhoods in Seattle and hopefully help you try to figure out which one is the best fit for you. Be sure to stick around to the last neighborhood and I'll let you know why I think it's the best neighborhood in Seattle and why you should consider it when making your move. So let's not waste any more time and jump into it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about living in Seattle, Washington, then subscribe down below and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market here in Seattle. My name is David Sappenfield. The team and I, we get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking for help to make their move here to Seattle. So whether you're moving next week or next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call. All of our contact is in the description down below. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. So as I mentioned, we're going to take an in-depth look at the top 5 neighborhoods in Seattle, Washington. We're going to start by doing a map tour. I'll point out all the places you need to know about, landmarks, transportation, restaurants, coffee shops, bars, everything you need to know about living in that neighborhood. After that, we're going to jump in the car. We'll do like a drive-through tour. We'll show you the homes in that neighborhood, the businesses, the people, just to kind of give you a different perspective and a feel for how that neighborhood lives. So if you're ready to go, let's get to work. Okay, here we go. So we're going to be starting off in the Capitol Hill neighborhood of Seattle. If you look at the map here, we got it right in the center here. I'll just kind of go over the unofficial borders. From north to south, it runs parallel to I-5 all the way down here to about Pike Street, and then it runs east all the way up to Madison, and then it follows Madison all the way up to 23rd, and then it heads north through the Arboretum and back over here. Though really conveniently located to the downtown area. We're about 5 to 10 minutes away, even with traffic. You know, it's really convenient if you work in the downtown area or even South Lake Union. There are a few main roads that get you in and out of Capitol Hill, and I'll just kind of point those out to you. The most popular ones are going to be Pine Street, which will head down into downtown, and then we have Pike Street that will head up into the Capitol Hill neighborhood. And you can also take East Lake Avenue here that has a little cutoff that comes right up into Capitol Hill. So if you're at the kind of the north end of Capitol Hill, you can take this East Lake cut off and head up that way. But again, like I was saying, a really convenient location. No need for a car if you don't want to own one. Really easy to get around. There's also a light rail station in Capitol Hill. Let me point that out to you here. So here's the Capitol Hill light rail station, and that runs all the way down to the Westlake station, and then it just continues south from there. But really convenient. Everything in Capitol Hill is very easily walkable. Again, like I was saying, no need for a vehicle if you live here and don't want to own one. So Capitol Hill is kind of made up of 3, I guess you could say, sub-neighborhoods. To the south here, we have kind of what's called the Pike and Pine corridor. And this is the end of the neighborhood that's maybe a little bit edgier, kind of livelier. You have a lot of the bars and restaurants in this area. To the south of it, you have Seattle University, and up to the north, you have Seattle Central Community College. So it's kind of sandwiched in between colleges, so really frequented by college students. Nightlife in this part of town is pretty raucous, so that's where you want to go if you're looking for that type of scene. If you head a little bit further north, this would be kind of a little bit quieter part of town, but we have the Upper Broadway section of Capitol Hill, and this has like some of the oldest and most expensive mansions in the Seattle area. It's increasingly being dominated by high-rise condo buildings with retail down below, but a little bit quieter than the Pike and Pine corridor. And then we also have over here, this is just called 15th, and 15th is, you know, just up the hill from Broadway. It's kind of a slower pace, hip area, but with kind of an older demographic. Again, much quieter than the Pike and Pine corridor. Okay, now I think it's a good time to check out some of the restaurants, coffee shops in the area. You know, Capitol Hill has a wide variety of dining options, and it has, you know, a very diverse variety of styles and price ranges. You know, you can get really just casual walk-up street food, all the way up to fine scale, you know, 5-star dining. Really a great variety. You know, you probably wouldn't be disappointed with any of the restaurants that you chose to, you know, stop into and grab a bite, but let's go ahead and cover some of my favorites and the ones that I know that are really popular in town. So I guess we could just start down south here. And for starters, we have the Starbucks Roastery. This is a really cool kind of the art of coffee making, I guess you could say. It's Starbucks, you know, everybody's heard of Starbucks. It started here in Seattle, but really a cool roastery to come check out for the coffee fans. You will not regret having stopped by this one. And we also have Victorola Coffee Roasters, which is another really good one. Let's see, pull this up here. Oops. Yeah, Victorola, right near the Starbucks Reserve Roastery. Just another great coffee shop that very popular and frequented by, you know, people that are up in the Capitol Hill neighborhood. Okay, just a little bit further south, kind of not necessarily in the Capitol Hill neighborhood, more like First Hill, but bordering. So, you know, if you live up there, you definitely want to check these places out. Optimism Brewing Company is a great brewery, really wide variety of beers that are made there. Just to the south of that, you have the Garage, which is great for if you want to play pool. They have bowling alley, just a really great place to hang out on the weekends. And then if we move a little bit further north here, we have Cafe Vita, and that's just another great little coffee shop. You know, you'll notice a theme in Seattle, just lots of great coffee shops. Elliott Bay Book Company. This is probably one of the most popular bookstores in Seattle. Really cool. Just the interior of the bookstore is just really awesome and definitely worth a visit. We have Salt and Straw. This is a little ice cream store. They're kind of have quirky flavors, kind of not ones that you would normally think about when ice cream comes to mind, but really good high quality ice cream here at Salt and Straw. And then Trader Joe's. This is a little grocery store. It's a chain of grocery stores in the Seattle area. They kind of have their own signature items, but really great. A lot of people enjoy shopping at Trader Joe's. A little bit more expensive than your average grocery store prices like Safeway, QFCs. That's kind of what you see around here in the Seattle area, but definitely high quality, really great little grocery store. And then we have this big green area right here. This is Cal Anderson Park, and Cal Anderson Park is kind of the heart and soul, I guess you could say, of the Capitol Hill neighborhood. It was named by Forbes as one of the best parks in America. It's just a huge park. It's kind of bordering Broadway on the east, and then 12th over on the west of it, but great centrally located park. There's actually lots of little parks. You kind of see these green areas in the Capitol Hill neighborhood, but this is one of the bigger parks up here. And like I said, if you're named by Forbes magazine as one of the best parks in America, you know you got something good going on there. So definitely worth checking out that. Blotto, this is right near Cal Anderson Park, but little pizza joint, kind of wood fire pizza, really good. If you like that style of pizza, definitely recommend checking that out. And then of course Dick's Drive-In, if you've seen me mention them in any of the other videos. Just a popular Seattle chain of burgers, cheap, open late. You know, I think they're open till 2 o'clock in the morning or 3, even later, but really popular in the Seattle area. If you want a good burger, check them out. We have Taco Chukis here. This is just kind of a little walk-up, kind of counter serve Mexican street fare. Really good, really popular in this area. If you like Mexican food and kind of tacos, stuff like that, check this place out. Really cool. And then we have Rondo Japanese Restaurant. If you like sushi, Japanese food in general, just a great spot is Rondo's Japanese here. And then we have a couple more coffee shops here. We have Espresso Vivace. This is just kind of a walk-up espresso bar. You just walk up, take your order, and then you're on your way. And then just up the street a little bit from them, they have another Espresso Vivace, and that's more of your traditional coffee shop. You can go in, order inside. And then over to the east here, we have a couple more coffee shops, of course. We have Cafe Ladro, which is really good, really popular. And we also have the Victrola Coffee and Art. Two really cool little coffee shops that you can duck into, grab a quick cup. So heading up north here a little bit further into Capitol Hill, we have the Lookout. This is a really cool little bar with excellent food. It has views of the city. Really a great spot. This is probably somewhere that you would frequent for some good food and good views of the Seattle area. And then heading over here to the north a little bit, we have Volunteer Park, which is a little bit bigger, as you can see, than the Cal Anderson Park, of course, but there's a conservatory within the park. You know, it's kind of like a giant Victorian style greenhouse. Lots of nature and wildlife in the area. It's kind of, I guess you could say, kind of one of the crown jewels of the Seattle park system. Definitely worth a visit. Lots of people love to go hang out at that park. And then heading up north here, the very last one I want to cover and point out here is De La Santa, which is excellent Mexican food restaurant. Their Mexican food is probably one of the best that I've had. You can see in the interior of the restaurant, it's really cool. Kind of has this tree in the middle of the restaurant that kind of branches out up top. It's a really cool spot, definitely worth checking out. So you know, that's a quick little overview on the map of Capitol Hill. And how about we go jump in the car? We can drive around and show you some of the homes, the businesses in the area, and let you get a different feel for the city. If you don't have a car, don't worry. Capitol Hill is incredibly walkable. Regardless of where you are in the neighborhood, there will be lots of shops and restaurants within a short walk. The neighborhood has a high walk score of 91 out of 100, which means that daily errands don't require a car. To travel to other areas of the city, there are several bus routes that run through Capitol Hill, as does the light rail system. Capitol Hill has a population of around 32,144. The median home value is $762,500. And the median household income is $119,438. At the time of shooting this video, homes for sale in Capitol Hill range from $315,000 all the way up to $12 million. Okay, moving on to our next neighborhood. We are in Fremont. Now you'll see that Fremont is located just north of Lake Union, tucked right in between Wallingford neighborhood and the Ballard neighborhood. Woodland Park Zoo just to the north of it. It takes about, I don't know, 20 minutes or so to get into downtown Seattle from Fremont, but great little neighborhood. Lots of restaurants, lots of bars, lots of couple little breweries. Just a really funky little neighborhood. Fremont's a lot of fun. Let's kind of zoom in a little bit here. I'll show you some of the stuff to do around the neighborhood. I guess for starters, one of the things that Fremont's most famous for is the Fremont Troll. And what that is it's just a huge sculpture. It's like 6.5 tons of cement, sculptured as a troll that's underneath the Aurora Bridge. But that's one of the more popular kind of destinations for Fremont. People go there for, you know, taking pictures and whatnot, but really cool. Definitely check it out when you're there. And you know, lots of people come throughout the day to get their pictures with the troll. But yeah, notice we're right here smack dab in the middle of Fremont. You'll see that a lot of the businesses, restaurants, bars are located kind of in this like southern section here. They're all kind of sandwiched in there. You'll see a lot of the residential up north here a little bit in the neighborhood, but you know, it's still a really walkable city. I would say, or I'm sorry, walkable neighborhood, but you know, maybe not quite as walkable as like Capitol Hill, but still very walkable. All right, so Fremont is home to Adobe, which is a big kind of software company. Also, Google has a couple offices there. So a lot of white collar workers in the Fremont area. Around this section, you know, this where all the restaurants are. We can kind of go through and I'll show you some of my favorites in the Fremont neighborhood. If you like Thai food, Jai Thai is a really good one. Great pad Thai. Their cashew chicken, that's really good. Jai Thai is a really good choice for a Thai restaurant. If you're a cider fan, Schilling Cider House has like over 30 ciders on tap. They also have beer, good food, and it's dog friendly. You can bring your pup there if you want to go grab a cider and take the dog for a walk. And there's actually a few places in Fremont that are dog friendly. It's pretty cool. It's one of the things I like about that neighborhood. But you know, actually all of Seattle is pretty dog friendly. But there's, you know, a few in Fremont that are really cool that you can bring your dog to, and I'll kind of point those out. Schilling Cider House just kind of being one of those. As we scroll over here a little bit, the Fremont Sunday Market. So they have a Sunday market every Sunday, 10 to 4, and it's you know, produce, arts and crafts, clothing, but really fun. Every Sunday they put it on, rain or shine, so definitely check that out. Then we have the Barrel Thief here. Barrel Thief is like a wine and whiskey bar, really popular, good little food, little small plates, great place to kind of go relax and blow off some steam after work. And here's the Red Star Taco Bar. This is just, you know, kind of quick in and out, you know, street food, tacos like you'd expect, but really good. Just kind of get in and out real quick, like I was saying, you know, nothing fancy, just, you know, good old taco joint. If you're into live music, the High Dive is a great location. Lots of music events, local bands, great area to see some live music. If you go up the street also to Nectar Lounge, then that is another live music, you know, venue that is really popular in that area. So a couple really good options for live music in Fremont. See, Norm's Kitchen and Bar. Here's another dog-friendly bar with really good food. Definitely would recommend checking this place out. Their food is amazing, good selection of beers, everything like that. And again, of course, like I was saying, you can bring your dog to go relax with you. And then moving To the east a little, to the west a little bit, we have Theo Chocolate. Theo Chocolate is a chocolate factory, kind of their flagship store. Really cool to go visit. They do tours. You can come in, I think it's like over an hour that they will give you a little tour of the factory, taste some chocolate. Not too far from Theo Chocolate here, you have the Fremont Canal Park. This is just a nice walking strip all the way across the Fremont cut here, and it's good during the daytime. I probably wouldn't recommend it at nighttime, not from a safety concern, but there's just no lighting down there, so it gets pretty dark. But a great place to go and get some walking in and go all the way up and down the water there. Okay, if we head up Leary Avenue just a little ways, we'll run into Freelard Pizza Company. Really good pizza, kind of that wood fire taste, that type of pizza. Really good if you like that kind of pizza. Recommend checking them out for sure. Across from that, now this, I don't recommend this place if you're on a diet or watching your calories, because it is pretty amazing. The Seattle Biscuit Company is, kind of like a breakfast brunch joint. Anything you could think of biscuits, like biscuits and gravy, biscuit sandwiches. I think they even have like chicken and waffles type stuff, but really good. But again, if you're trying to avoid certain foods, that might not be the place for you. And then we head up Leary a little bit further. Big Mario's Pizza. This is another great pizza spot, but more of like a New York style pizza. So like, the big slices. Just another great option for pizza. There's a couple good ones in Fremont. And then there's the Icebox Arcade, which is a funky little place, dog friendly, and you can go grab beer, ciders, but they have a ton of pinball machines, other arcade games. So just kind of a cool place to go and just do something different, and have a couple beers and play some pinball, play some arcade games. It's a cool spot to check out. Okay, and if we head a little bit up Fremont Avenue here, we'll run into Le Coin, which is like a French restaurant, which really popular for their brunch. Really good, like eggs Benedict too, stuff like that. I definitely recommend checking them out for a good breakfast brunch spot. And then Paseo, just next to that. This place is amazing. Cuban sandwiches, just kind of a little walk-up counter style deli type joint. Definitely like a Seattle mainstay to get those Cuban sandwiches. So check those out if that's the kind of sandwich you like. And then over here a little ways, we have Lighthouse Roasters. Roasters, like the roastery that I was talking about, the Starbucks roastery in Capitol Hill, they're a really cool place to visit if you are a coffee drinker and you want to just kind of see the whole process of how coffee is made, and the roasting of the beans. You kind of really can see it from start to finish and get a better idea of how your coffee's made. So Fremont has a couple cool festivals that they do every year. The first one is Oktoberfest, which is probably one of the best Oktoberfests in the Seattle area. All the local breweries show up, and they section off an area, and just a lot of fun, just kind of a party atmosphere. But yeah, like I was saying, probably one of the best Oktoberfests in this area. Unless you're going over to Leavenworth. Leavenworth is probably hands down the best Oktoberfest in the state of Washington, but this one in Fremont is a close second. And another festival that, this one's definitely on the weirder, quirkier end of things, but the Summer Solstice Festival is, June 21st every year. And they do like a naked bike ride, which is weird. They paint their body in body paint, and then they go and ride bikes and rollerblade up and down Fremont Avenue there. And yeah, it's really quite interesting. Maybe not so kid friendly, but definitely worth checking out for something probably different than what you've seen anywhere else. Okay, that wraps up kind of our map overview here. Let's go jump in the car, drive around, show you the houses, show you some of the businesses, and get a better look at the neighborhood of Fremont. Not so long ago, Fremont was a hip, funky neighborhood in northwest Seattle. Some of its quirks have since been ironed out by gentrification and an increase in home prices. Today, sparkling new condos sit next to its older, modest homes. If you're looking for lots to do in a neighborhood, Fremont is a good choice, since there's always a party somewhere. It's home to several craft breweries, bars, diverse restaurants, galleries, and cool boutiques. Fremont's population is 11,345. The median home value in Fremont is $899,000. The median household income for Fremont is $103,958. At the time of shooting this video, homes for sale in Fremont range from $350,000 up to $1.495 million. Okay, we've gotten through the first two neighborhoods. We went through Capitol Hill. We also hit Fremont, and that's a lot of information to unpack, and I don't want to overwhelm you with too much info in one video. So we've gone ahead and made the top 5 neighborhoods in Seattle a 2-part series. And if you'd like to see neighborhoods 3, 4, and my favorite neighborhood 5, then be sure to check out part 2 of the top 5 neighborhoods in Seattle. And remember, if you're thinking about making a move to the Seattle area and you'd like to have a conversation about your specific situation, we'd love to hear from you. So whether you're moving next week or next year, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, schedule a Zoom call. All of our contact information is in the link down below in the description. We're happy to help you make that smooth move to Seattle. Until next time, I hope to show you around town. Take care. Bye.